guys. What I'm doing here is I am closing the ear end, which really doesn't need to be closed. I could have just cinched it up some and then attached it to the ear. Hey Terry, can you hear me? Oh, that's okay. I appreciate you being here. I mean, you need your rest. I came on just because, I've been doing Wednesday nights, but I don't think I'm going to be on here very long because I have to get up early. It's either try to go to bed so that I can get up early or stay up till like noon tomorrow, which I'm not really in the mood to do. What I'm doing here is I'm closing up the end of, I got distracted by something else and I lost my stitch count. We're going to try to save it anyway. Closing up this end of an ear to attach to a bunny Lovey. Okay, good, you can't hear me. Yeah, I'm tired too. But trying to stick to that, I said I knew I could do Wednesdays and Fridays, just wasn't sure about the Thursdays. Because ideally I want to do Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, but Thursday's kind of hard for me. I don't know, I'm just trying it out. I bet you I have a drop stitch in here and that's not going to be good. How are you doing tonight other than being tired? I was actually going to come on even earlier just because I don't want to be on very long or late. But I was on Michelle's and Rosalie's group and they just got off. So the minute they got off, I came on. And I'm taking off the waist yarn. I don't think Granny will be here because Granny's with her new grandbaby. Did you see that picture? I'm going to have to cut that because it's not wanting to come out. It's tangled up in there. I know, right? So tiny. Are you doing okay? How's Nicole? Okay, I don't see any drop stitches, so that's a good thing because I didn't want any. Gotta find my needle. Kind of okay. I don't know what that means. I will keep you in my prayers. Did you cook anything interesting since the last time? Well, I saw that one picture that you posted. I think that was last weekend or last week though. Alright, so this is the part that is going to... I haven't done a bunny lovey in a long time. I could just cinch this part and close it there and put this one, because I think I would rather put this end on the top like this for the ear. But then that leaves this end. I think I am going to put a drawstring through here and I'm just going to draw it in. That was not the plan, but I don't think I want that on the top. So plans change, huh? That quickly. No cooks. Oh, health problems. I'm sorry. Did you go to the doctor? Alright, and here I'm just finding my first and my last stitch so that then I can count and start picking these up. Although it's kind of a waste of time, but I already have the waist yarn there because I could have just left the waist yarn off and just cinched it. Excuse me, then just cinched it. That's okay though, the next one. My 12. Did they put you on medicine? probably makes you tired, right? How's Nicole? Yeah, well, the music doesn't want to play in the background, so it's going to be kind of quiet here. Right now I'm taking off the waist joint off of this end. As you can see, it's split. And when it splits, I just don't even mess with it. It's not worth it. Happens with the machine, with the pins or needles, whatever you want to call them. They split your yarn. Which means I won't use this waist yarn again, which kind of stinks because I like reusing my waist yarn. But I'm not going to put it in the machine again because it'll just split and then I'll have to cut it more and more. So this will go as filling for something at some point. Alright, so there's that, and I have to tuck that in. And then we'll move on, probably to the arms, just so that we can have all these pieces done. Terry, I think you're my only buddy here today. We're the only, like, regular. Oh, and I know that's okay. I'd rather you get sleep than try to stay up for this. Alright, y'all, so I think this is the part that I'm going to go ahead and leave for the ears on top. And then these right here, even though it's not all curved like I want it, because, yeah, that's just going to make it bulky and I don't want that. So even though this is not curved like I want it, that's fine. I'm just going to put a few stitches in there and just kind of hold it in place. Not ideal and not what I was going for, but it will work. But I need to wait for some leftover yarn in order to do that. Got yarn everywhere. This is, what is this? This is the inner head. This is the outer head and body. These are the arms. What is this? A flower? I made it a flower? I think I might have made it a flower. I knitted these up days ago and I got, well, actually last week sometime, and I got busy doing other stuff and I set it to the side, and so I guess it's the only thing it can be is a flower. We'll go ahead and close up the flower. Hey, God's Desire, how are you doing tonight? So we're going to go ahead and cut up, or not cut up the flower, secure the flower, and move on from there to the arms so I can get extra yarn to do the ears. I'm just going to reinforce this some, and that'll help keep that hole closed too. I'm good. Is that better? I got a new earpiece that's supposed to be fabulous, but I hadn't tried it till just now. I am making a bunny Lovey. Which I started, I think, last week or the week before. And I got busy, and so it got put aside. And so this right here is going to be the little flower. That's going to go on her head, by her ears. Terry might have fallen asleep. He's sick and went to the doctor and got some meds. And he stopped talking mid-combo, so. Are you working on anything? And I can't get my music to work, so we're without music. which I kind of like the music because it fills in when I'm not talking, and I'm not a huge talker unless I really get into a topic. The back cover for my decorative pillows. Was that the the excuse me. Was that mauve colored yarn? I know you were making, I think you were making something with that yarn, but I don't remember if it was the pillows. Okay, yeah, no, then it's something different. Blue velvet blanket. Yeah, that's gonna be comfy. Okay, the cardigan. Did you finish the cardigan? You do them pretty quickly if you're done with that. Wow. Did you post a picture of it? Because I only go on Instagram like maybe once or twice a week. And I was there today. Did you see Granny's grandbaby? I'm working on this flower. I'm not even counting the petals. Just not really in a mood. Oh, okay. That's probably why I haven't seen it. Hi, Michelle. Michelle, I can't get my music to play, so we are without music. If you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm working on a bunny lovey. this is the flower. Which I normally do them in 2 colors, but I didn't. And this is just what it's getting. And this was done on the, well, both the 48 and the 22. So this is the inner head. This is the outer head and body. Those are both done on the 48, and then the arms and the ears were done on the 22. The flower was done on the 22. Okay. And I haven't made a bunny lovey in a long time, but I needed one to add to the shop. So I decided I should go ahead and make one. But it's been a while since I've made one. As you can see, that hole doesn't want to close, so I'm going to have to reinforce it. I keep losing my needle. So I don't have to worry too much about it because it is the inner head and it's going to be inside the outer layer. But y'all know I like to reinforce, so here we go. We reinforce. If y'all were looking, I know last week when we were on, I told y'all I was going to post 2 videos of doing those bunnies that I was working on with the machine, cranking them. I had, hi Jane, it's good to see you. I've been having a lot of technical difficulties, so those videos haven't gone up. I don't know when I'm going to be able to put them up. I've just been having a lot of technical issues. So, I wasn't even sure I think I was going to manage to go live. So far it seems to be going okay. This hole right here just does not want to close. Like I am pulling on it. If I pull too much, I'm going to break the yarn. Jane, you watching Christmas movies? No, since the last time I talked to you, I think I've only watched like 2. I am so far behind. I don't think I'll catch up this year. Not unless I'm watching Christmas movies in February. Yeah. What are you watching tonight? What I'm doing right now is just tying some knots in here so that this doesn't come undone. And then I'm going to take the other end and I'm going to basically do the same thing, except I'm going to stuff it before I close it. Santa Claus 1, 2, and 3. Michelle, did you ever finish watching the Christmas movie that you started on YouTube? You didn't. It's pretty sad that we're so busy that we can't finish Christmas movies, you know? I mean, that's like one of my favorite parts of the holiday. Just getting to watch all the Christmas movies. Yeah, that's what I said last week. I was like, yeah, this weekend. And I did. I think I watched 2. Well, not during the weekend, but since then. You know, last night I put one in. I started one and I fell asleep, which I'm not complaining. Anytime I fall asleep, I'm thankful for that. So definitely prefer the sleep over the movie. So I feel like this guy's head could be much bigger. We're gonna keep stuffing. Michelle, what are you working on? Let's see, Jane's watching a movie. God's Desire is working on a pillow cover. What are you working on? You were working, you finished the hat. It just amazes me how much polyfill can fit in these little small spaces. A blue hat. Is this, the other one was blue and white. Is this one just completely blue, or is it going to have a secondary color? You're going to have a lumpy head. Okay, I think that might be good. Teal on one color. I'm definitely going to have to reinforce this because this is not wanting to close. Like I'm doing this, but I really want to do some cross stitch, but I'm like, haven't done it in so long. Oh yeah, I think I probably overstuffed this head a little bit because we'll get it to close, I think. Michelle, I feel like the first live I ever did without the music. So uncomfortable. Other people probably don't even notice one bit, but to me it's like I notice a lot. Alright, that should be good enough. And then let's work on, now that I have the extra yarn, I think I'm going to work on the bottom of these ears. I think I'm just going to put a drawstring on the bottom and try to make it like this, which I wouldn't have to do if I would have just not stitched it together. But for some reason, like I said, it's been a long while since I've done it. So for some reason I was thinking I had to stitch these together, but then when I go to sew them up top, it's going to make them pretty bulky and I don't want that. But this will work just fine. We will just tie these up. Hoping for the, what with this? Hoping for the best with this. worked out perfectly. What I've done in the past is that I stitch up this end, and then this end goes on the head, on the outer head, and then this part is nice and cinched like a bunny ear, but I don't want to do that this time, so that's what I'm working with. I'm just changing it. Making improvements. Alright, so this is one ear. Well, it's not done. It's almost done because I have to cinch this, tack this end down so it doesn't keep getting loose, and then we will be ready, or the ear will be ready then. I guess I could have probably tacked that a little bit more on the bottom, but we'll see. I can always do it more once it's on. Michelle, we're gonna have to do, I'm gonna do a live so that you can, you're gonna tell me what you want to make, and then we're gonna make it. On the machine, and then we're gonna assemble it. Alright, so then that's the part that's gonna go on the head. So that one is ready to go. We'll put it off to the side with the flower. I know, think about what you want to make, and we will do it. I don't know how to like go live together. I know when I go, because I'm just on my phone on YouTube, but I know that I've seen like it says invite someone, I think, like when I'm trying to set up. And so I wonder, like, if I invited you, if that would because then I could actually see you on the screen, you know, and like I can like help you make sure that we're doing what we're supposed to be doing. Because just because you're watching me doing it on your end, you know, that doesn't, if you get stuck, that doesn't help you none, because I can't see you. Terry, don't worry about it. Go to sleep, bud. You're not feeling well. I told him, I said he probably fell asleep because of the medications. We were mid-conversation. Alright, I don't think I'm gonna go ahead and just secure this one as well and hide my ends. If I decide to tack it, make a few more stitches after it's all assembled, then we'll do that. But for now, I think it's pretty good. Alright, so that's 2 ears ready to go, a flower ready to go, an inner head ready. Now we have the body and the 2 arms. We're going to go ahead and do the arms. So right here what we're going to do with the arms is, first thing that I'm going to do with the arms is I'm going to check and make sure that I had secured my ends, and see, I had not. So I need to make sure I secure them because my work could fall apart. So that's the first thing I'm doing. Then I'm going to cut the yarn. Sometimes I secure it while it's on the machine, and sometimes I don't, especially if I'm doing a jogless color change. But with this it doesn't matter because it's going to get folded in anyway, so I don't have to worry about doing the jogless. I just need to make sure it's secure. Alright, and that one's secure, and I'm going to go ahead and secure the other one while I'm thinking about it. Michelle, you were talking about how it was like 22 degrees. It was like high 50s a little while ago here. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and close up this end. And the first thing that I do is find my first and my last stitch right here where I have joined my waste yarn with my working yarn. Let's see, I don't know how to have 2 or more people except for Restream or StreamYard. Yeah, there's something when I click on it, it does give me the option on the phone. It says invite. Next time I do it, I'll invite you just to see how that works. Because you can't invite somebody, like since I'm already live, I can't invite now. It has to be done before you actually go live, from what I can tell. So I'm finding my first and my last stitch, and so I pull on that, and it's pulling on this one, so that's one. Then I pull on this one, and it pulls on this bottom one, but I have to go with the top one. So those are my 2. And then from my first one, I count 12 over. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And that's where I start. Yeah, I don't know how much it is now, but I know that it was only, yeah, it's still 55. I think it was cold this week or last week. I mean, I know we dipped down in the 20s. I was asking my husband, I'm like, are we expecting like bad weather? Because it's kind of freakishly warm. 3, 4, 5. And with these, I always try to count 6 so that I know if I've dropped a stitch. 7, or left one behind, then it'll be a drop stitch if I don't realize it. 8, 9, except I start talking and I lose count. 10, 11, 11. What's OKM mean? 12, 13, 14, 15, and 60. 15. I canceled my ultrasound appointment for tomorrow because there's a weather advisory due to... Ooh. Is that good for you or bad for you? Do you like the snow or no? 16. 17. Like if you don't have nowhere to go, then that's great because you can like play in the snow. But if you have places to go, 18, that can be very inconvenient. 19. 20. Where are you going to move to, Terry? 20. 21. And 22. And before I pull this through, I secure it, I'm going to pull my working yarn out from under the waste yarn so that it's not stuck in there. And the card does not. Texas. See, I thought you were from Texas initially. When are you moving to Texas? I don't really care for the summers here in Georgia, but the rest of the time it's fine. I mean, the summers are fine too if you're at a pool or a lake or something like that, but if you're just out there working in the garden, oh my goodness, it's hot. You can't breathe, it's so hot out there. Alright, so this waist yarn wasn't split, so I get to use this one again. Next ball, oh, nice. Yeah, I know you live in Iowa, I just, for some reason, initially thought that you were in Texas, I don't know why. The wind's blowing out there though, because my wind chimes are going nuts. I'm going to put this little bit of blue yarn just in through here, just a little bit, so it doesn't show through, which we should be okay since I'm doubling it over. But it doesn't show through on the yellow. Michelle, you didn't tell me what OKM is. Yeah, that's how it's here in Georgia. It's just too hot in the summertime. Alright, so now we're going to do the same exact thing to the other arm. Oh, okay. There's so many abbreviations nowadays, you know. I just don't know. Maybe I'm missing something. It would surprise me. Alright, so again, I'm finding my first and my last. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And the reason I find my 12th stitch is because it's a 22 pin machine, so I want to go halfway. So 11 would be my halfway point, but 11 is the one I want to pick up first, so I have to go one over to the 12. If I was working with the 48, I would cut that in half, which would be 24, and then the next one over, which would be the 25th, is the one I would start with. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I want to make sure I'm not picking up my waste yarn. 11, 12, 13. Jane, are you just watching movies or are you doing any crafting? 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. And then again, I take out my working yarn from under that waste yarn. And then I can secure it. Just movies tonight, okay. And then we remove our waste yarn. And so the waste yarn, if I pull this, it doesn't come off. So I have to follow it. I can see it's pulling this one. So I just follow that one. And once we go around to the beginning, then it will just pull off easily. But this first one, you just have to follow it around to the beginning. So here's the beginning. And then after that, it will just pull. If I don't get my other stuff tangled in it. Alright, so those are done, and then we're gonna go ahead and cinch the bottom of the arm. We're gonna go ahead and reinforce that. And then we have to match or stitch the arm. You know, I could leave the arm because he's going to be pretty big. I could just leave him with a chunky arm like that. But I don't know, it seems unfinished to me, so I think I'm just going to do what I normally do and just make his arm. But I could leave it. Oh, thank you. I know, like I'm thinking like the chunky arms might work. Let me look at my other one and see if I had chunky arms on it or if I had. It's been a while. Yeah, no, I didn't have the chunky arms. So we will match a stitch. Oh, I never even secured this one on the inside. I'm getting ahead of myself here. I should have done it before I cinched the bottom. I know these are LA Ram colors. I don't know what other colors. I'm sure there's more teams, but I need to make one in Green Bay colors. Need to make one in Georgia colors. Falcons. Bulldogs. Tech. I don't know nothing about Alabama colors. But I need to make some. People like these. Good night, Michelle. Thank you. Alright, then I'm going to match a stitch. And with the mattress stitch, you just need to make sure you stay in the correct row. Which once you have a couple of stitches down, it's fine. As long as you don't pull your yarn too tight, because then you can't see where your yarn is at. But as long as you can see where your yarn is coming out of, that's exactly where you go back into. And I'll just do this till I get to the end of the arm, and then I'll pull it all. And it'll close it up nicely. If I was working with a bigger piece, I wouldn't go all the way to the end, because then your yarn can actually break while you're pulling. But with a small piece like this, it should be okay. Notice I say should, because it's never certain. It could break. I think y'all saw me break yarn last week. And definitely don't want to split the yarn, because that makes it harder to pull. And then I got to the top, and now we'll pull. I'll go ahead and close this up here. And then I'm just going to make a little knot so that when I pull on it, the arm doesn't, or the hand doesn't keep coming up. And then it'll be ready to be sewn onto the body. And I could actually close the top off, but when I sew it onto the body, I'll just go through both layers, and it'll be fine. Alright, so that one is ready. I gotta turn on the fan, guys, because I'm having a hot moment here. I hope that's not is that too bad in your ear? And then we're going to go ahead and cinch this other end. Do the same thing we just did to that other arm. You guys are not chatty tonight. We're all busy working. Alright, so I cinched that, and then I'm just going to go ahead and just go through both layers, secure it. And I was trying to find, since I didn't do the Jacquie color change, I was trying to make sure. I think it's over here, so that it can be on the inside and not on the outside visible. And then we will start this again. I had to go on a color match yarn because they no longer do this color. I purchased this yarn many years ago and I'm just now using it. I know, I don't like when that happens. Oh, I knew what you meant. So what were you able to match it with? And like this one's not coming even, so I just grabbed one from that side and I'll grab two from this side, and that should even it out. I've got what? Got two. I'm going to grab one again because I think I'm still a little off. And so yeah, this brings it to the top. And then we're ready to pull again. Hi Ariel. Welcome. And so then I'll do the same thing with this one, tack it up top, and it'll be ready to set aside. Alright, so this one's ready. So now we move on to the body, the head and the body. Got so much yarn everywhere. Alright, so this is going to be the bottom of the body. I just decided to add this stripe just because. And I'm going to come here and I'm going to make sure that I secured these before I do anything else. And it looks like I did not, probably because I want it to be a jogless color chain. So I'm going to get some of this yarn out of my way, and then we'll see what we have. Alright, so the first one, okay, so it looks like I already tightened it. Unless I'm just not seeing it. Okay. I'm just going to make that 2 knots is plenty. And I'm just going to cut that. I'm going to do the same thing to the next one. You can definitely see that one I didn't do nothing with, and you can see what it looks like. But then we will fix it. And then it's perfect. And then we will tie it. Secure it. And I'm going to do what I did a little bit ago. I'm going to go ahead and put, just kind of secure the, what I should have done it before I cut the yarn off. Just kind of secure the yellow on the yellow and the blue on the blue. Just so that they don't come through. I just kind of point it in that direction and they'll be fine. Alright, so now that those are secure, I have my waist yarn down here, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and secure the bottom. But I think I'm going to go ahead and put the head in. So when I was making up my pieces, when I was knitting them up, this right here is my drawstring, so that I can pull it in, and then the inner head will go in there. So I'm going to go ahead and pull these to the outside. So that then I can cinch it. And so that way I'm not having to actually add the drawstring. Now I can just, it's there, I just cinch it. And it's making our spot for our head. And so that's what that looks like. And I don't need it like, it doesn't have to be completely closed because the head's just going to sit on there. This part is going to sit in there. So I'm going to go ahead and cut some of this. I'm going to go ahead and tie this off. And then I'm going to hide this in my work. And then we're going to put the head in. I can't remember if y'all said y'all had machines, but it's pretty easy to make. I'm just going to put it where the head goes. To sew up or make the material, you know, knit it up. But putting it together takes a while. Especially if you're, you know, if you're putting it together correctly. It takes a good minute. Then this head is going to go in there. Lumpy head, lumpy head. That is really a lumpy head. And it doesn't matter if it goes like this or it goes like this. I'm only putting it this way so that I can use this yarn up here to help tie off the outer head. Oh yeah, I definitely stuffed it a lot. So I think it's already like too close and I can't pull out any of this stuffing, but I overstuffed it. Y'all know I do that, right? Fat bunnies, fat heads. don't think I need to take out too much, but enough where my stitches aren't stretching. I don't like my stitches stretching out. I think a little bit more. You know, I could just go with it, but attention to detail. Okay, I think I still need a little bit out, a little bit more, and then we should be good. Except it's not wanting to come out. It's not wanting to come out. I'm pretty sure I said it too when I was putting the polyfill in there. I'm probably overfilling it. All right. Much, much better. All right, so I'm going to do here is I'm going to tie this off to this one. And then I'm going to go ahead and reinforce it. But I need something to hold it. So I've tied it to that, and then we're going to reinforce it. And then our head will be done. And then all we got to do is, all we got to do, we still have to attach the ears, the arms, and sew the bottom. And so that reinforcing did good. I can still go a little bit more because I still have a tiny little hole there. I think I'm going to go around one more time. I'm going to go ahead and tie it again, but we still have a little hole, so I'm going to have to reinforce it some more. Because obviously this is the outer head, and we do not want any little hole on the outer head. We need it completely secured. I appreciate y'all being here with me. I wasn't sure if I was going to come on or not, but because, you know, I'm trying to do the Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and I could do today. I'm not going to stay on like I normally do for hours, because I have to get up really early, that or just stay awake till noon, and I don't want to stay awake till noon. I mean, not that I'll go to sleep, but I can at least be in bed getting rest. Yeah, but I was having a pretty, I don't want to say a bad day. It wasn't a bad day, but it wasn't a great day. And so I wasn't sure that I even wanted to come on here. You know, coming on here and just, I mean, we're not even talking that much. It just makes me feel better. I feel relaxed. I feel better. So thank y'all for that. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and tie it off one more time, but I think I'm going to have to come across the head because that tiny little hole is not wanting to close. Oh, it just finally closed. I'm going to tie this off and then have a good look. Yes, it's closed. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this, and then I'm going to go ahead and hide my yarn in my work. My sleep schedule has been really off lately, so I will be trying to get on a new schedule next week. I know my schedule has been messed up too. What kind of a schedule are you trying to get on? I can't find my really long needle that goes through amigurumi's heads. So I'm having to fight with this little needle, curved needle. Can't even find my straight one. It's probably with a project. Okay. Yeah, that's how mine is. Only a few hours. Yeah, I know, because you'll leave here. That day you left at like 4:30, and you were back like at 7:30 or 8 or something like that. But that's how mine is. I only sleep very little, very little. But last week I had a really good night's sleep, which I slept like 8 hours, and then last night I had a really good night's sleep. So that's like 2 good nights sleep in 2 weeks. That's like really big for me. But yeah, I hope it works for you. I really do. I wish I would love to go to sleep like 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. or 10 to 6. You know, something like that, but it's wishful thinking. I hope it works out for you though. I guess I can't complain too much though, because I mean, I've had 2 good nights sleep in 2 weeks. So maybe it'll keep getting better like that. Finding my first and my last stitch. And on this one, this is a 48, so I have to go to the 25th. And the reason you want to do it even is because you want the piece to be even and flat as opposed to like twisted. Yeah, I really hope it works out for you. I hope it works out for me. Five. One, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Because you have the people that stay up like all night, but I guess they just sleep. Their sleep is just during the day. Her sleep is neither day or night. And I don't nap. 15, 16, 17. How are you planning on doing it? 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Oh, okay. 5, that might do it. I might do it for you. That'd be nice. 31, 7, 8, and drink some lemon balm and chamomile tea before bed, yeah. I need to make some. 2, 3, 4, 45. Do you take any 45? Like Tylenol PMs or anything like that to help you sleep? 45. 46. Or like Benadryl, that kind of stuff. 46. I have to keep repeating the numbers. I'm gonna forget. 46. 47. And 48. As I put the bobby pin on there to lift it up with, because sometimes they get tight, but it slid off. 48. Stop doing that because I didn't want to become dependent on it. Yeah. The oh, what am I trying to say here? The hibiscus tea. I don't know how, but it amplifies the PMs. Now I can't do it like if I do it like 2 nights in a row, it doesn't work. But if I take a PM and I haven't taken any like the night before, something like that. If I take a PM and take a hibiscus tea, I'll be knocked out. But it's something about it lowers your heart rate or something, like it's I'm not suggesting that you do it. You'd have to do your own research on it. But I know it works for me. But I wouldn't do that every night. But like sometimes if I haven't slept for like days, like that happens to me sometimes. Why do I have a knot? I'll go ahead and do that, and that pretty much guarantees that I'll sleep at least like 6 hours. But I mean, it's not something that you can do every night. Even though hibiscus does help with sleep as well. I don't know if you're familiar with that, which is why I do hibiscus and lemon balm. Like, it doesn't make you like sleep during the daytime, but somehow it does at nighttime. Warm milk is supposed to help too, but I don't do milk. Alright, so this one is done. We're going to go ahead and remove the waist join. Yes, I've tried that too, and it worked. The PM and the hibiscus. Yeah. I don't like taking the PMs. I will take them if I actually, if I need them. But I try not to because they make me feel tired. Like, even like I'll get sleep. Sometimes I take the PMs and they don't work at all, which is crazy. I don't even know how that's possible, but they won't work at all. But then sometimes I take them and they do work, and then I'm still tired the next day, like almost like I didn't get any sleep at all. And I'm like, well, I can do that on my own. Alright, well I have all this extra yarn. I don't need all that, so I'm going to go ahead and just cut it. Make my knots. Hide my yarn in the work. And then we'll be ready to attach the ears and the arms. The PMs make me tired the next day. Yeah, that's exactly what they do to me. And it's like you want to sleep at night. You don't want to be tired the next day. That's the whole reason of taking them, so that you can sleep and not be tired. But yeah, I would love to just be able to have good night's sleep every night. Maybe one day. Jane, you're up most of the night too. Do you sleep during the day? Or do you nap during the day? I don't know if Terry's still here. I haven't heard. He probably knocked out. No naps. Don't have difficulty sleeping tonight. But you're up with us all the time. I thought it was because you couldn't sleep. That's good. It's really good. I know, right? Oh, that's right. I was supposed to call one of my lives Night Owls Unite. I forgot all about that till just now. No secret, I just go to sleep. Oh, Jane, we want the secret. We want to just be able to go to sleep. Just messing with him, seeing where I want to put his arms. I say him, I made her a flower, so it's a girl. And I don't guess I have to put the flower on. It can be a boy. Yeah, so lucky. When I was younger, I used to be able to take naps, like 30, 45-minute naps, and I was like good to go for like a long time. But I don't even try to take naps now because if I, it takes me, if I lay down to take a nap, it's going to take me at least like 3 hours if I even fall asleep. And it's just, I don't have time for that. To like just lie there in bed for 3 hours and then maybe fall asleep, maybe not fall asleep. Now when I'm not feeling well or I'm sick, I will nap. But that's only when I'm sick. That my body's like, okay, we're going to go to sleep now. No, no. I don't take a 3-hour nap. That's what I'm saying. If I was to lie down to take a nap, I'd have to be in bed for like 3 hours. And sometimes I may fall asleep. Most of the time I do not. So I don't have that time to just lie in bed for 3 hours in hopes that I may or may not fall asleep. No, I don't nap. If I was having 3-hour naps, that'd be great because I would be getting rest. Some people do take 3-hour naps though and can't sleep at night. I have hope that one day it'll change though and I'll be able to sleep through the night regularly. Alright, so we got an arm on. Make sure it looks good before I hide my yarn. Yep. It's coming together. She, he, she, whatever. It is coming together. Alright guys, I think I am going to say goodnight and get off of here. I know. I really wanted to finish it, but I also don't want to be on here forever. Especially if I plan on coming back tonight. If I don't finish her during the day, I'll come back tonight and finish her then. Because I don't know what else I would, I have some cross stitch that I want to do. So we might do that tonight. I don't know. It'll be that or crochet, and because even if I come tonight and I haven't finished her, this won't take very long at all, and then we can start on something else. So I don't know, but I just looked and it's been 2 hours, and that's probably good enough, especially because I don't have the music playing, so that's bothering me. And I don't know if y'all can tell, but I'm having a lot of hot moments over here. So I'm struggling a little. Y'all have a wonderful and blessed night. Thank you for spending your time with me. Bye. See you tonight. Bye, guys.